Hello and welcome to this Vinyasa practice. Thank you for joining me, Jazz, to practice yoga together. It's a beautiful flow, simple, so suitable for beginners. However, bear in mind your ability to come down to the floor and back up to standing again. In Vinyasa, we're binding movements together. So there's a lot of flow in Vinyasa, especially this practice today. So if you're struggling to come down to the floor and back up to standing, then I recommend searching for a hatha practice, which is slightly slower, or a restorative practice, which might be a little bit more gentle. But if you're a beginner, you are so welcome here. I will guide you through options, listen to your body, and if you have any concerns about practicing yoga, then please consult your doctor before participating. Otherwise, let's begin. Take a seat down on the floor. Cross-legged if you can. And if you regularly practice yoga and have blocks or props, then you can use them as you wish during today's session. Cross-legged with the hands resting on the legs. Close the eyes. Maybe the palms face up, honoring the energy around you. Or maybe the palms face down, helping to ground you more to the energy of earth. As you breathe, let your belly expand on the inhale and engage on the exhale. Today's practice is all about mobility. Lots of different movements for our joints, and of course, along the way, we'll stretch and strengthen. Take a moment now to honor your body and how you have come to be on this mat today. I invite you to flow with me, but at the same time, listen to your body, what is right for you. Take options or do a completely different pose at any time throughout this session. Notice your heartbeat. Step into this space, the present moment. You are here. One more breath in and out. Flicker the eyes open and bring your hands onto your knees or around your shins, wherever feels most comfortable. Start to move your spine, rounding and arching into the back. So from the side angle, we allow our bottom to tuck underneath us, our shoulder blades to part, and then pulling against the legs to help you shine your heart forwards, extending into the spine. Allow the movement to flow up the spine and along your neck. Just allow the breath to flow as you move, helping you to create more space in your body. And one more time. Lengthening your spine, I'll face you now. Let's start to stretch side to side. So one arm comes up and over, and then switch. You might rest down to the hand, or you might come right down to your forearm. Keep your sit bones anchored as you go. We're already creating some wonderful mobility. One more each way. Good. Now clasp your hands behind you or place your hands onto the floor for a wonderful chest stretch. From side on, we're pulling the knuckles back and pressing the chest forward. Options are here or here. One deep breath in and out. And then release. Come round onto hands and knees. Let's face the right side. With your wrists under your shoulders and your knees under your hips. Start to flow through cat and cow. Rounding and arching your back. Moving along the spine. Starting at the base of your spine and flowing all the way up. Shoulders, neck, finally lifting the head. Or tucking the chin. One of the best mobility exercises you can do for the spine. So last time. And then come to pause with a neutral spine so the core is strong, the back is flat. Now let's bring the knees just a little wider as we sit back into child's pose. Let the forehead come down to the earth. Tucking your chin so you have space for your nose and mouth to breathe. Child's pose. Breathe into your back. Create space around your hips. Look forward and then walk your hands over to the right side. Both hands and arms come across, and you can either look along your hands or let your head drop. Feel the amazing stretch then down the left side of your body. Now walk your hands over to the other side, stretching down the right side of your body. Such a good feeling. Come back to hands and knees with your knees under your hips and your wrists under your shoulders. Tuck your toes and lift your hips up and back into downward facing dog. So soften your knees so that you can really lift from your tailbone. When your legs go straight, especially if your hamstrings are tight, sometimes we end up looking like this. So we want to make sure that we're softening knees so that we can really stick our bottom up to the ceiling and open up and lengthen into our back. Press your chest toward your thighs and pedal your legs a few times, bending one knee then the other, and maybe turning your chest side to side. Your option for this could be cat and cow if you aren't comfortable in down dog for an extended period of time. Look towards your hands, draw your belly muscles in really strong and just tiptoe your feet in toward your hands as we come into a forward fold. Resting in forward fold with your feet hip distance, let your head drop. Opening up around your neck, let's just gently and slowly shake the head a few times and nod the head a few times. In your forward fold, this is about releasing pressure from your spine, so lots of knee bend to help you touch the floor. Come to halfway lift, fingertips on the floor or palms on the shins. Flatten your back, draw your core up, look forward. Create a table with your back. Soft knees, forward fold. Mobility of the spine, roll up one vertebrae at a time. Keep your arms by your side. And when you get to stand, roll your shoulders back and down, and then keep going with your shoulder rolls. Let the breath flood your body. When you're ready, change direction with the shoulder rolls. And let's come to sun salutation. Reach both your arms up. Press your palms together over your head. Arch into your back, opening through your chest. Now prayer position takes you down into a forward fold. Knees soft as you go. Open up around the back of your neck. Halfway lift, either fingertips on the floor or palms to the shins. Forward fold, lots of knee bend. Let's walk back into a plank and then lower your knees to the floor as we come to practice chaturanga. We keep the hips lifted with the intention to lower our chest first, then our hips. Watch first, then follow. Chest, then our hips come down. Follow me to the ground. You need to think about shifting your weight forward and down rather than just down. Elbows now tuck in, hands either side of chest or ribs. Look forward for cobra pose. Staying here, or if you feel good to come up higher, squeeze your legs a lot. Come halfway or all the way up into up dog, squeezing your legs like you're going to lift your kneecaps off the floor. Option to now bend your knees and lift to down dog, or keep your legs long for a more challenging variation. Hips start to lift, tuck one set of toes then the other, and come into downward facing dog. Soft knees, lift from your tailbone. Take one leg up toward the sky, doesn't matter which, bending your knee and opening your hip. Keep trying to square your shoulders though. Chest faces toward the standing leg, even though your hip is open. Reset and just do the other leg. Bending your knee, opening your hip. And this is an amazing movement for not just your hips, but also your back, your pelvis. Reset. Looking forward. Let's walk, or if you want the challenge, hop your feet to your hands. Forward fold, halfway lift. Option, palms to shins or fingers to floor. Forward fold, lots of knee bend, and slowly roll up to standing. Keep your arms by your side, and let's just pause in mountain pose. Staying here, grounding. Notice your feet and the energy of standing up. So, we come to balance. Shifting the weight slightly over to the right foot as you lift your left knee. Option to keep your toes on the floor, or you can use your hands to hug the knee in toward you. Pause and see if you can find your balance. Warrior 3, dive, sending your left leg back behind you. Arms reach back, or for more of a challenge, they reach out in front of you. Warrior 3 pose, option big toe on the floor, or if you can, keep that leg lifted. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Slowly plant the back set of toes on the floor so we come into a lunge. Lift your chest, crescent lunge, high lunge. We're bending the right knee, left leg straight and strong, back heel off the floor. Try to sink into your hips and open your chest. Twisted crescent lunge, so we turn over that front leg, so that right leg, turning to the right, twisting to the back, arms wide. So hopefully you're mirroring me and you'll be facing away from me. Breathe. Opening and stretching your arms wide, feeling the rotation. Next inhale, reach your arms up, turn to face the front, pivot on your back foot, and we're going to start to shift the weight over to the left side. So bending your left knee, bring your arms around to give yourself a hug. I'm starting to lift my toes on the right side, coming into side lunge. See where your hips will take you. Maybe they come right down with me, or maybe you stay up higher. Pause for a moment, and then push into that foot to rise up into your left foot, opening your arms wide, bending your right knee as we come to find Warrior 2. Check the alignment. You want your right heel to line roughly up with the middle of your left foot. Reverse warrior. Dropping your left arm, lifting your right. Keep bending your right knee. Maybe even lifting your right heel. Beautiful side bend. Heel comes down, pull yourself up and start lengthening your legs with the option to shorten your stance so that you can get more movement in your hips. The hips press to the left as we reach right, dropping your right arm and lifting your left. Now see if you can open your top arm and therefore shoulder. Triangle pose. Are you coming into that state of flow? Are you in tune with your breath and your body? Are you listening to your body? Inhale. And exhale, take your top hand and arm down. If you need to, both hands onto the shin. If you can, reach for the floor. Pyramid, adjust your back foot so that I'm turning it more in to point the same direction as the right foot, but keeping the heel down. We're working to lengthen both of our legs and square our hips. So you pull the right hip back, left hip forward. Lower your chest and head. Look forward, walk your hands to frame your foot and start bending your front knee. We're going to shift the weight in toward that right foot, bring our left knee to meet our right knee, bringing your left heel up to your bum for flamingo pose. Hold. Try to bring your head and chest as close to your leg as you can. Balance, look forward and take that lifted leg back again, landing and then lowering the knee, coming into a low yoga lunge or kneeling lunge. Enough space between your legs so that your hips have enough movement to go to your true range. If your legs are too close together, your range will be affected. Now start walking your hands back and lengthening your right leg. Your bottom goes up and back, rather than down to the heel. Try to press your heart forward here, rather than kind of collapse down. So you'll notice we're not holding the poses for too long. This vinyasa practice is all about flow and mobility. So we keep moving with this one, which also makes it feel really good when you get the hang of the flow. So bending your knee, letting the hips press forward, staying here, maybe one hand up to the thigh, one hand on the floor or both hands on the floor, or maybe if you can, both arms lift. Nice. Take a breath in and on the exhale, we're going to touch down. Keeping your left hand where it is, turn to face your right leg and lift your right arm, with the option now to also lift your back knee. Maybe you want to keep the arm reaching up or wrap the arm behind your back. Touch down, both hands. Back knee, if you didn't already, lift it off the floor. Let's balance our way up, hands to the hips, high lunge, crescent lunge. Lift your arms to the ceiling. Feel the strength in this pose. And then open to the front, turning your feet out. Just hold here, opening into your chest. Heels in, toes out. Let's sit down into goddess pose, prayer position. Tucking your tail underneath you to open hips and groin. And stay. Slow with the breath. Connected to your body. When you're ready, long legs and reach high. Toes point to the front now. Wide arms as we dive into fold. Now let's hang out here a little while with the option to be still, or I like to move here. So you can kind of shift the weight from one leg to the other, bending one knee then the other. or you could be still, it's up to you. And then just pause and bring your hands to the center on the floor. One arm, doesn't matter which, reaches high for a twist. Maybe you reach long or wrap the arm. Try to open the top shoulder to bring you even more into the twist. And then touch down and change sides. Again, touching down. So now start to walk your hands. We're going to go to the other side. So we're going to walk our hands over to the left side. And as you do so, pivot on your feet. So we end up coming to a low lunge. Press your heart forward. And then join your feet together into a forward fold. So now we're at the other side of our mat. Roll up to standing and lift your arms for extended mountain. Let's come through sun salutation together. So prayer position overhead. Take your prayer down through the center line of your body as you come to a forward fold. Halfway lift, fingertips to floor or palms to shins. Forward fold, and then you have the option this time to step or jump back to plank. Now knees or toes, again you have the option. We're aiming to lower chest, then hips to the ground. Chaturanga, come down. And then rolling your shoulders back into cobra or long arms into upward facing dog. Take your choice of transition to downward facing dog and pause here. Softening knees, lifting through tailbone. Take one leg up to the sky, bending your knee, opening the hips. And I'm not talking too much about the breath here. Try not to bring yourself to a place where you're out of breath or you're forcing the breath. Sometimes we get a little bit too hung up on inhale on this, exhale on that. Let's encourage breath to flow through the body and to move on either an inhale or an exhale. Change sides. Other leg comes up. And then release. Looking forward, you can walk in or jump to your hands, forward fold. Halfway lift. And fold. So inhale, rise up to standing. Move on the breath with me if that feels right for you. And exhale, let's just bring the arms down by our side and pause in mountain pose. So front leg, let's balance, shifting the weight over to the left and then lifting your right knee. Option toes to the floor or come all the way up. Use your hands to hug the knee in. Find your balance. Fix your gaze to one point, your drishti point. Warrior 3, take the leg back and either the arms reach back or forward. Remember, option is toes on the floor, your big toe on the floor. Hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're landing in high crescent lunge. Lift your arms. Keep squeezing your straight leg so it stays straight and bending your left knee a lot. Open your heart. Now let's twist the lunge. So we turn to face that left leg, face the back and stretch both your arms out wide. Now reach up and start to turn to face me, pivoting on your feet. As we shift the weight over to the right side, hug your body. And maybe lift, if you can, your toes on the left foot. Let your hips come down. If your right heel lifts, that's absolutely fine. All right, ready? It's a big transition. Push yourself up, stretch your arms wide. Warrior two, just adjust the footing for alignment. Heel in line with the middle of your right foot and stay. Beautiful. Grounding. And now let's reach reverse warrior with the option to lift your left heel. Feel the strength and the stretch. So much wonderful work going on in this pose. Heel drops and we rise, lengthening our legs and maybe shortening our stance so we have more movement in our hips. Press hips to the right as we reach to the left. Dropping your hand, reaching up with your top arm. Triangle pose, see if you can open your top shoulder. Inhale, and on the exhale, come down. Bring both hands to your shin, or if you can, to the floor. So again, we're adjusting the back foot so the feet roughly point the same way, but we keep both heels on the floor. Level your hips, so you pull your left hip back, right hip forward, and resting your head and your chest down. It's an amazing hamstring stretch. Now look forward. Try and bring your hands to the floor now by bending that front leg. And we're going to shift the weight over onto that left foot and bring our right knee to meet our left knee. Heel to bum, flamingo pose. So if this was too challenging, then you could stay in pyramid. Remember, listen to your body. We're going to balance our way back and come into kneeling lunge. So step back, drop your knee. Create the space so that your hips have the movement that your flexibility requires. Then come into your half split, lengthening that front leg, hips up, not down, and press your heart forwards. Slowly shift the weight, so we're bending our front knee again, letting the hips drop, and either staying here, bringing one hand to thigh, maybe both, or reaching both your arms. Opening your chest will wonderfully help stretch your hip flexor, but also get your back moving as well. That's the thing about yoga and a lot of the postures. Lots of different muscles and joints are moving and working at the same time. On your next exhale, we're going to touch down. Now lift your back knee as we turn to twist to the back. Option, keep the knee on the floor. So your left arm reaches high, we turn to face the left leg. Maybe you want to wrap your arm. Keep opening that top shoulder and turning your chest. You should feel the beautiful warmth from this Vinyasa practice. It's amazing. Let's touch down. Lift the back knee if you haven't already, and we're rising up. Lifting to your high lunge and arms reach to the sky. Feeling a lot more balanced between the right and left side now. Take a breath in Out, we're going to dive forward, framing the foot with the hands and step into a forward fold. Knees soft. And come to halfway lift. Inhale. Connect to the breath with me if it feels good. Exhale, fold. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Lift your arms. And exhale, prayer position. Bring the prayer down in line with the center of your chest. Stay here for 3 full breaths. Nice. So when you're ready, turn to face me. We're going to, before we come to take Shavasana, we're going to come into a Yogi squat and twist, or garland pose, or variation of garland. So for those of you who have more mobility and movement, your feet will be closer together. If you need to, you can have your feet wider, and you could even have a bolster or a set of cushions or blocks underneath your bottom for this as well, which is really nice for those who have tighter hips. So let's start coming down into this pose. It's okay if your heels lift. We let the knees press out, and maybe at the start our weight is shifted forward onto our hands. But as our flexibility improves, as my clicky knees, we are able to bring the palms together and use the elbows to push the knees out. So ideally we're looking at long spines, so your butt's down to the floor, heads up to the ceiling. Another option could be here, resting your forearms on your thighs. Or remember, you can just sit on some props as well. So try to lengthen your spine as much as possible. This is such an amazing pose for your hips and your back and releasing tension around that area. Try and relax your pelvic floor. Okay, so if you can, we're going to try a twist. Right arm comes down, left arm comes up, or we wrap the arm behind the back. So we're using this right arm to push the knee out, turning your head and chest to the side. Now come to change sides. Reaching up or wrap the arm. And then come back into that prayer position for 3 more breaths. Well done. If you can and you're close enough, just use your hands to support you and sit down. Otherwise, sit down however you can. Let's bring the feet wider than the hips and just roll the legs side to side. So it's a nice movement for our hips, for our knees. It's quite a nice release after that deep yogi squat. And whatever variation you did there, well done. The more that you practice Vinyasa and yoga in general, of course, the more mobile you're going to become. So be patient with your body. And remember to honor where you are today. 1 more each side. And then you have the option to lie down or sit with me. And you can use props, whatever you need to feel comfortable. Close your eyes. Slow down and connect to your breath. Connecting to that flow state of movement is a great way for you to find clarity and space within your mind. Clearing away some of the busyness, the tension, the stress that we take on in everyday life. When we take time out to create this space, we step back into our day a calmer person. Decisions are easier to make. Ideas and creativity flow smoothly and easily. So give yourself this gift of recharging your mind, your body, your soul. Breathing in a sense of groundedness, vitality, compassion. And breathe out any stagnant energy, any negativity that no longer serves you. Now bring your palms together, bowing your head down. Bring your thumb tips to the point between your eyebrows, your point of intuition, and feel gratitude for sharing this practice together. One more deep breath in and out, and then release your hands and arms and look forward to finish the practice. Thank you so much. I hope you've enjoyed practicing Vinyasa with me. Comment below, let me know how you found the session and if you'd like me to do some more. I really enjoyed sharing this space with you today, and like I said, the more that you practice, the more mobile you become and the better you start to feel. So yeah, thank you for sharing my love of Vinyasa with me today. Thank you.